Online students, are you able to hear me? Online students, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, class, what we have done? Twice. Basic agriculture activities we have to see classification of crops into. First one we have seen on the basis of season. Those are Kharif and Rabi crops. Second one on the basis of products obtained, that is cereal, pulses, oil seeds, plantation crops, sugar crops, spices crops. So all those we have seen. Then next one based on the basis of life cycle. So those are annual, biennial, and perennial. Clear? Any doubt? Then agricultural activities. So crop production we have started work showing you. So we have started with the crop production, just a basic of we have done. I will explain after. So we have to study the basic, the what the farmer is doing while he sow the seeds, means before sowing the seeds. When the process of full 4 months his work we have to learn. So when he start doing farming, what exactly he will do until the end, that means he is taking out the crop from that field, what are the things has been done. So those we call as basic agricultural activities. The first point is he has to prepare the bed for the crops. So that is preparation of soil. So first is preparation of soil, where he first prepares the bed for the crops to grow. So the house, just like we are moving to any new house, so we prepare first, at least kitchen we make it clear that is okay, we will get food, and after that okay, however we can stay. So that is we are preparing something. A completely open house we can't do, and we can't stay a single day as well. So like that, the crops to grow crops, the first thing its house has to be prepared. So that is what we consider under preparation of soil. So why it is necessary? Why need to prepare the soil? So what exactly done in preparation of soil is plowing, tilling, and leveling process. So plowing, last class I think so I have shown you plowing means. So this is a process of plowing. You are able to see just a short
Yes.
video. So here it is. There are many sharp. This one are the tools are there. With the help of sharp tools, the soil which was very hard is crumbled into very small pieces. So loosening of soil is done. So that is we call as plowing process. So plowing, that means making the soil loose. Don't write anything. I will give you time to write it out. First understand. So plowing is the process of loosening the soil. Soil particles become hard when it is maybe earlier season he has not planted anything, or maybe it was become dry. So due to that dryness, what happened, that soil gets converted to hard rock-like structure. In that directly hard rock-like soil, if the plants are grown, they could not grow. The seeds could not germinate even. So why? Because in that hard rock, the roots, first thing the growth will take place is of roots, because roots are absorbing nutrients and water. If roots are not able to go inside, much go deeper down inside, so first thing they can't support the plant, because as much as the foundation is strong, that much ever the plant can remain firm. If we have a pain in our leg, is it possible for us to stand? We have pain or some hurt, we got some wound in the foot anywhere. So is it possible for us to stand? No, it cannot be possible. The same thing, just like we have a feet to stand still, exactly same way the plants have roots. So roots are moving deeper down inside. How much ever grow inside the soil, they are able to hold the plant very firmly. So they support the erect position of the plant. If the roots are not firm, not supportive, then the plant will bend. Right? So they can't stand alone, stand erect on the space, immediately it will fall off. And the second thing, all the nutrients will be absorbed by the plants with the help of roots. So roots growth should be very, very important for the plants. Now for that purpose, when the roots has to be moved inside deep down the earth soil, they have to move, the roots has to grow. And for that, if there is a hardness in the soil, then those roots can't go inside, can't penetrate inside. And therefore roots could not grow much. And because of that, they could not support the plant. Okay, so roots should be more stronger, and to make the roots stronger, they have to spread in a more larger area. And for that reason, soil should be loosened, firm enough, and easy for the roots to move past through it. Okay, so therefore the soil has to be loosened, and that loosening is done by two ways. Means earlier, this is a modern method by using machines are used, labor use is less. And in this case, this is a traditional method. The second picture, it is a traditional method with the help of cattle. Cultivator. Okay. It is cultivator, that is sharp tools are there which can easily crumble the soil, are connected. Many such tools are connected one after the other as a one set. It is connected so it can spread to a larger area and can plow the field, crumble the soil, and even loosen the soil easily in a shorter period of time. Okay, so these are the modern method, and that was a single. It will take long time. Labor is needed. The animals are needed for that purpose, and it is time taking because it is a small machine. So tools are there, but the smaller tools, lesser area, it will cover at a time. Okay, so traditional method, labor is needed, people are also needed, even animals has to be used, and it is also time taking because it is a smaller tool. Okay. Now here, first thing is plowing, that is the process of loosening the soil, breaking all the hard rocky soil has to be broken into the smaller one, loosening. Second step is tilling or turning the soil. So soil need to be turned. That means the lower soil should come up and the upper soil should move down. So why it is necessary? Yeah, so what happened the upper level? So that was this much level is the air have what this one has, what do you call it as the soil has. Out of that, the first plant will take the whatever the upper nutrients are there, those will be taken by the earlier season crops. Now there are so upper soil, whatever the nutrients was there, that will be completely used up by the earlier seasons crops. Now there are some still upper layer nutrients have completely gone, they have used up, but in the lower level still there are some nutrients. So when we turn the soil, so at that time the lower surface, in the lower portion of that soil, there are some nutrients. So those will be turned up. It will come in upward direction and means above surface area, upper surface area, and then the next season crops will utilize that nutrients. Yes. Because the roots are inside the plant, so there is a depends on the crops. Crops are not trees are there when the tall trees are there. So their roots will go much deeper down. But when you see the small crops are there, if a wheat crop or a rice crop you see, so their roots will not go much lower surface. So they are spreading in the upper surface only. Not much deeper down they are not able to go. So whichever the surface they are going, they are utilizing it. For the next season, what happened? That upper surface, all the nutrients have gone. The lower surface still there nutrients. So that has to be again come down, or this one need to be turned up. So that is the next season nutrients can, next season plants can use this. Yes. So when the upper gets used, the lower will be used when it comes up. So it's different crop rotation. Crop rotation is different. But they use the soil. Nutrients are used. Nutrients are used. It's depending on the type of nutrients will be used. So crop rotation we are using, that is two different types of crops has been grown in different seasons. So one crop is utilizing one type of nutrient and the second it is not utilizing. So in that much duration, the second type of nutrient will be this one replenished. So that is we call as crop rotation. So that is in different seasons, we have to grow different types, varieties of crops whose nutrient requirement is different. Yes, anyone else? Any other doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so tilling process, turning the soil upper used up, this in soil, upper surface soil, the nutrients has been used up, so they will not be available for the next, but still there are some nutrients which are present in the lower surface. So due to turning of the soil, all the nutrients will come up and can be utilized again. Okay, and the third one is leveling. So after turning the soil, now what happened in some areas, the field is not in a proper uniformly spread out. So some places it is upper, this one valley and this one structures like that. Means it is level is not even. There was not even levels. So somewhere it is the upper portion, that means some hilly regions are there. Somewhere it is a lower surface. In some this one. So therefore the wherever the crop has to be grown in a field, it should be fully leveled surface. The surface should be completely leveled. There should not be valley upper this one like structures, means what we call as exactly uneven surfaces. Higher region, lower region should not be there. So it should be completely one level. Otherwise, what happen if there is surface is not even? What will happen? What will be the problem of the surface non-even surface or uneven surfaces are there? Then so if this surface should be uniform like this. If you have a surface like this, then so here the generally for crop growing, the field should be uniform, evenly spread. It should not be structures like this. These way structure should not be there. So why it is so? Yes. Upper region, yes, there is a water distribution will not be even. All the water which you are pouring will always go to the lower surface. The basement area it will go. Yes. On the upper region, the water will not stay. So it will always move downwards only. So just like in a hilltop, so some farmers have the hilltop region there filled and some farmers have the lower surface. So what will happen whenever the water rain falls? So rain will not stay on the upper region. So it will always keep moving downwards, right? So therefore uniform distribution of water could not be done. Or even in that field, if you irrigation has been done, then also more amount of water will go to the basement area. So therefore uniform distribution of water could not be there. So for that purpose, the level of the surface field should be even, and that is done by the process called by the device called leveler. So leveling of the field has to be done, which is called as it is done with the help of a device called a tool called leveler. Yes, any doubt? Can't hear you. Plants. Yes, plants will not get proper nutrients also. Okay, so plowing. Now, what is the significance of plowing? So, plowing, tilling, and leveling will come under the same thing, that is preparation of soil. So, plowing is now you can tell why the plowing is important or what is the significance of plowing the field. What is the significance? Why it need to be? Yes. Yes, roots can't penetrate through that hard soil easily. If we don't plow the field, the soil is not loosened, then the roots cannot penetrate deeper down the soil and they could not breathe because the hard surface, hard rock-like structures are there. Soil is very hard, then the air also can't pass through it. And therefore, if the air will not pass through it, the roots could not breathe. And roots could not breathe, they cannot survive. Second thing, the one thing that happened, the second thing, roots cannot move deeper down, could not support the plant. Third thing, they are not getting soil properly, air properly. Third thing, the nutrients also they could not get properly because here the soil is harder. Then the seepage of water will not take place. If the root soil is hard enough, rock-like structure, then the water will not get seeped down it easily. So that area will remain hard or water will wash away. Seepage will not. If loosened soil, the water will seep down very easily. But if the hard surface, then the water seepage will not take place. So in that region, the roots could not get sufficient water. And water is not available, then minerals also will not be possible. Yes. And the soil is also get eroded easily. So it will be moved away. Loosen soil. So when it is done exactly before sowing the seeds. So when the plants coming, so plants will hold, the roots will hold the soil. So after loosening, we are not keeping the field barren. We have to immediately, sow the seed. Sow the seeds in that. We need to grow crops in that immediately. When it is barren land, then we are leaving as it is because the hardness by the combination of soil will become heavy and it will not get eroded. Okay. So before planting crops, sowing seeds, this plowing has to be done for one thing I told you. Then other things are then all the soil will have humus. What is humus? Organic matter. So organic soil always have organic matter. Topsoil always contain humus, and because of that humus only, the growth of crops will be possible. Growth of plants is possible. And now that humus, how it is useful? Directly that humus cannot be absorbed by the plants. So the microbes are there in the soil. So those microbes degrade that, means decompose that humus into nutrients. And those nutrients will be absorbed by plants. Right? So that humus need to be broken down into simpler substances, which we call as nutrients. And then only those nutrients can be absorbed by plants with the help of water. Right? So microbes, this growth of microbes is also important. Now, if the soil is hard, rocky, then the air will not be available. Air could not trap inside that soil. So therefore, microbes needs air for their survival. So microbes could not get air and therefore those microbes could not survive. And if microbes could not survive, then nutrients could not be replenished naturally. So we need to, every time we need to add artificial nutrients into that. It is every time it is necessary to add, time to time necessary, it becomes necessary to keep adding nutrients again and again. So natural replenishment, that is again and again the nutrients will get added up by natural processes. So that happens with the help of certain microbes. And those microbes are growing in the soil. If the plowing will not be done, then microbes could not get sufficient air and they could not survive. And if they don't survive, the natural replenishment of nutrients cannot be done. Clear? Yes. Yes, so these microbes along with earthworms. So their growth is necessary. For their growth, air is necessary. And if plowing is not done, the air will not be available. So those organisms cannot survive. Clear? So significance of plowing, tilling, clear? So right now, significance of plowing. Just now we are going to solve. Loosening the soil allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. It allows the root to breathe easily when they go deep into the soil. Nutrients from the humus get properly mixed into the soil. So proper mixing of the nutrients also will take place because of this loosening. It brings nutrients and minerals to the top, and thus plants are able to utilize these minerals in a better way. And due to trapping of air, microbes can easily breathe and help in replenishment of nutrients. So this question can be asked for 2 marks. Why blowing is necessary? Online students, any doubt you have?
No, ma'am.
Able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Write your name and class. You have not written the name, they write. Which you have written? Today. Today only. So every, no, everyone. Done? Writing completed? Understood? Done? The next is how
No,
to.
ma'am, wait, 1 second.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Pieces flowing is done with the help of a tool called plow, hoe, and cultivator. So different tools which are used for plowing is why you came out. Everyone written name. So it is done with the help of different tools called plow. Another tool is hoe and cultivator. So plow and hoe are traditional tools. So plow is the structure like this. This is the wooden one and this is a metal one. So this is wooden plow and this is iron plow, which is generally used. Animals are used for this purpose. So animals are used. So it has long shaft, plowshare. So it has the plow is composed of plowshare and plow shaft. So it has the structures. This is one is the rod, one rod, and over that this is a holding part is there. So here we need to hold at the lower part, which is deep down the soil. One sharp end is there. So which is here a sharp end. Wooden sharp end is here, which will move inside the soil. And if here also this is a metal sharp end is there, which will move inside the seed. Soil. And then this upper surface, these two surfaces will be held by the person. And here you can see there is a rod they added. If this one animals are used, so they use this on the back of the animal. So it is kept on the back of the animal. Here also this portion they use one rod and which is placed on the back of the animal. So which the animal will pull it from the back side. Some person has to be hold this and this end, this part of the plow, which will move inside the soil and keep it loosening. So this sharp end always move inside the soil. So this metal will be more better compared to wooden because wooden has the possibility of wear and tear due to friction. Difficult for the metal one. No, metal is easier. Wooden is somewhat heavier compared to metal. Metal is hollow. Metal, these rods are there, so these hollow pipes are there. So, and it will work more efficiently compared to wooden. Wooden are always somewhat heavy. So, carrying that will be somewhat difficult. The metal is okay. This one's size is smaller. The weight is also less. Okay. So, plow has the two parts: plowshare and plow shaft. Plowshare is made up of iron and triangular in shape. That is this lower part, share. So, which will move inside the soil. Plow shaft is made of wood and is very long, and it is harnessed to a pair of bullock or any cattle, any other cattle, with the help of a beam which remain perpendicular to the plow shaft. Okay, so this way structure you already have seen in this one earlier case. Here you have seen the person is already holding it. My cursor is so here already the person is using that. So this is a plow shaft below that, and here the person is holding two ends, and then that rod which is connected to the bullock or any other animal.
Ma'am, the second one, right?
The second one, yeah, this second one. This one. Here, this is the traditional tool, which is a plow. Which one? Which machine? Second one. It is metal one. So here another tool is called hoe, which is manually working person. For the person who is working manually. So for the small size, small scale, that can be used. It has a wooden rod which can be held by the person, and the lower side there is a triangular blade-like surface is there. So that with the blade-like surface, he can drag the soil. So it is just manually done on a small scale has to be done. That is called as hoe. Hoe is also used for leveling the soil and removing weeds. It is made up of iron or wood, both made. So maybe at our home, if you are in rural areas, if you go, every house is generally placed. So for nearby also, there are in a garden, there is many weeds are growing, many different types of grasses are growing. To remove that, we generally use a small scale. This hoe. It is a long beam with handle. Sometimes a heavy or a flat beam of wood is utilized as a hoe. When it is for a larger scale that we are using, so it should have the sharp end and the heavier one. And it is the iron hoe. In the iron hoe, sharp blade is fixed on one of the ends. So here at the lower surface, this is the lower surface. There is a sharp metal blade-like structure has been used. This is a rectangular shape. So which can be easily pulled this one into the soil. It was first inserted and then from that it is pulled. Manually, it has to be done manually. It will take very long time, and only on a small field it can be done. It cannot be used on the full larger field. It cannot be used. In a small scale for smaller area, it can be used. So keeping the soil firmly manually, we want to level the field, so that can be done because it has a blade, which is this blade is there, no, which is rectangular. So it has this pull, and here it is a rectangular blade-like structure. It is there. So with the help of that, we can drag and level it. Using a hoe is yes, more difficult. So that's what it is used in very small area, just like a garden. Or after this full land plowing will not be done, but the smaller area left out, that has to be done again. And then after the sowing surface, sowing the seeds, the surface has to be leveled. So then we are using this. Or manually the removal of some insignificant plants. Which one? Plow, this is for this one. Wooden plow is also a large scale, but smaller field, not commercialized a very large field. So this one, economical, it is economical. It don't need much, this one, what do you call, it is cheaper. So the farmers who cannot afford the larger one, so they have a area near about our house area, they have a land, they use this. Yes, shovel, exactly. Similar structure. Okay, so only knowing, and then the cultivator. A very commercialized, very large scale plowing has been done, then that can be done with the help of cultivator. So this is the large used by tractor, used with the help of tractors, can be dragged. It is a large, lengthened, and it has the many plows will be connected at its ends. Not only one, there are many ends are connected. So that is at a one time, near about you can see here 10 to 12 lines are there. So that much area can be plowed at a time. So these are modern methods, modern tools for using plowing the seeds, plowing the field, and will be short time once it will be done in a very shorter period of time. So that is a huge land will be plowed in a very short duration. Within one day it can be done. If you start using for all such fields, if you start using normal plow with the help of animal, then it will take near about 15 to 16 days to cover. Because plow is not much sharper ends. So to again and again, every level by level, you have to go deeper down. First line, when the person is going first time, so he is only upper surface, he is crumbling. Upper surface soil, he is crumbling. Then he has to move again second time to this one, to plow the second layer. Then third layer, then fourth layer. Like this, he has the same field, he has to move 4 to 5 times to completely plow the field. But in this case, one time only it will be done. So within one day that work can be finished. Yes. Yes. What is going field? No, it is done. Means it is actually the, along with that plowing. The second thing is done the plantation. So two things has been done. Beans here in the middle layer. In between two rays there is a space. So through that space only the tags are going. Beans are going through that, so they have to manage that way. After that, when he go to the end, then he can turn. He's going outside the field because there are always spaces left after every area. One field, one type of crop, second field, second type of crop is there. So they are keeping some space. If the tractor they want to use, they have to maintain that space. Then only this is possible, otherwise not. And generally, when the cultivator is used, at that time land is completely empty, no seeds, no plants are present. Okay. Other vehicles? Only in between the roads. I'm not able to hear him clearly. It's going front. No, it is always kept in the front. Sometimes in the front also it's kept. So it is however it is connected, the tractor has however the structure to attach, it can be attached. Sometimes at the back, sometimes at the front also. Here it is at the back. Sometimes it is on the front side also it is connected. Here this is doing two work. One is plowing, second one is this one also plantation. This is plantation also has been done. So cultivator composed of series of iron discs and plowshare which are fitted on the iron frame. This is the one iron frame and those two plowshares are connected. Many plowshares have been connected to one of them. One of the tractor. Cultivator is pulled by a tractor always and it helps in tilling the large area in less number of times. So it is ideal for very big sized. If the field is very big size, then only it is useful. For the small scale, this will not be useful. Because it is a very heavy machine. So any other vehicle if you add, so that engine will not allow to carry that. Because the tractor efficiency power is more. So tractor can be utilized for the all such heavy vehicles, heavy tools. Yes, it's sharp. That's the reason it is able to get pierced inside the soil. Okay, able to understand? Now the question can be asked on this: how is the modern technique useful or beneficial over or advantageous over traditional tools? Only one point it is they are able to do the work in shorter period of a time. and needs less labor. It is easier to work, needs less labor, that means less people or less animals are needed. And the second, it will complete the work in very short period of a time. Clear? So these are the advantages of using cultivator. Now then the leveling. So soil has to be leveled with the help of leveler. So it has just a board, which it is a plank is present, wooden board or metal board, a completely flat wooden board is needed, which is connected behind the any vehicle. Generally in agriculture, we are using tractors. So at the end of the this tractor has one heavy surface, heavy wooden board or heavy metal board is there, whose base is completely flat. So it will completely level the ground, and leveling is necessary for uniform distribution of water and nutrients. So leveling is important for that. The process of making the soil surface even and smooth is called leveling. Just like on a cricket pitch, should be leveled. Is it possible that this cricket pitch should have any uneven surfaces? Then what will happen? The ball will not move in this one. If you keep on moving in one direction, whenever the person is throwing, it will always come back. If it is a lower surface, the pitch is on the lower surface, the ball will always return back. And the person also, people also, yes? No, they are also leveling. They are also helping leveling only. So complete concrete leveling is not needed. Somewhat smoothened and even surfaces. It should not be the structure that is here is a plain surface and after that here is a higher surface. That should not be. That is only the work has to be done with the level. It should not be exactly even match this. When we have to level, we have to match with the measurements. That should not be done. That is not needed.
This will be used mostly
Plain also there are some what happened. Some places, some hill, this one region are there. Upper surface there are more accumulation of more and more soil or rock will be present in that. So that area has to be separated. So if you have seen this one, any filled area, whenever you are this one crossing outside rural areas when you are going or outside Bangalore when you are moving, you have seen the field on other side. So the field crop fields are always the same surface, even surfaces, or you are seeing like this. Somewhere it is lower level, somewhere it is higher level. Again, it is this lower level. Again, it is going down. Like that, surfaces are not there. So that process is called level. Uneven surfaces, higher and lower surfaces are not there. Hilly region, we can't cut the hill and make it into plain. So therefore, whatever the area where that in a hilly regions also, the terrace farming is done. If this is a hilly region, in this area, this much area, here only the plantation can be done. So this level should be leveled. Means if this portion only leveled. So we cannot make this all three should be in one level. We cannot bring it. So they will remain at that place. Only thing here at this place, we have to increase the height so that water from this area should not move down. Water from this area should not move down. So in the higher, means when there is a valley-like structure is there, so here we have to increase the level. So that is water which is collected, which remain in this area. It should not seep down. So that we call as terrace farming.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I haven't joined for like 30 minutes, ma'am. So I didn't know what you were doing, and I have a doubt in this leveling, ma'am.
Yes, tell.
Ma'am, like if the iron thing is leveling the soil, ma'am,
Yes.
won't the tires do anything to the leveling of it?
So it is not exactly needed. The precise leveling is not needed. Only thing it should have the even surface. That's it. So it is somewhat upper and lower levels are there. That doesn't matter.
Okay,
The
ma'am.
tires are broad enough, so they will not completely sink down and make any pit-like structures they cannot create because the tires of the tractors are more broader. So if because of the broad tires, they apply less force on the ground. And the sinking will not happen. So any pit formation will not take place. That is the reason tractors are used. Okay, so write down leveling. What happened? Okay, okay, flow and this one. It is actually not needed because they don't ask any question based on that. But if you want to write it down. Yes, 1 second. Write down this flow because after this, here we have written, you have written significance of flowing. Then write out the flow and go. The tools used for flowing. So this is continuation. It is not a new point. This is continuation. What is flow share and flow shaft? Flow share is this. The wooden part which or metal part which go deeper inside the soil and will crumble the soil. And this is wood shaft. Flow shaft is this rod which is used to hold by the animals. Devanshi, Devyanshi. Devanshi. Another, one more. Your name? Divisha. Every time I will forget. I will take time this year. Okay. Completed? Fast. Completed. Cultivator. Hoe is not much with animals, manually people are doing that. Is hoe is usually pulled by animals, but sometimes it is pulled by tractor as well if it is a large scale. The more number of hoes connected. So what you have seen here, the upper part, this is what they have told. Here it is used by the one single person. If it is more in number, more hose are connected to one rod, then that can be pulled by animal or tractor. The iron hoe.
Max also good. Max.
Also 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 9 facts.
9 types.
9.
Okay.
All are waiting.
इसके बाद one more कर दीजिए ना. This one also ना. ये वाला लिखना, ये लिखना है. This one also. Yes, online students, have you written it?